March 10th, as the Israelites are preparing to cross the Jordan to take the Promised Land, two tribes, Reuben and Gad, approach Moses with an unexpected and controversial request. They want to settle outside of the Promised Land, east of the Jordan River. While at first reminiscent of the tragic failure of their parents to trust God and take the land in Numbers 14, this was an altogether different request. Moses' concerns were justified, but the tribal leaders' acknowledgement of these concerns continues the conversation and leads to a compromise. They would send 40,000 of their men into battle with the Israelite army, who would fight with their kinsmen and only return when the land was fully secured. Terms are agreed upon, and they are allowed to receive their portion of the land prior to the crossing of the Jordan River. It's an unexpected turn of events, certainly not God's ideal arrangement. It was motivated by their desire for prime grazing land, not an inherently impure motive, but nevertheless one based upon self-interest. It vividly demonstrates the often gritty reality of God's dealings with fallen man. Despite God's desire to bring all 12 tribes to their promised homeland, 2.5 tribes, because Manasseh joined them, never took possession of the land, but lived to the east in what is today modern Jordan. What these tribes wanted was not evil, but it clearly wasn't God's best for them at this time. Their decision didn't alter God's plan for the nation, but it would impact their lives in many ways that they could not yet know. They would be separated from God's tabernacle by a formidable natural barrier in the Jordan River, which was much wider than it is today. Yes, they would receive prime agricultural property, but in reality they were settling for what was convenient and what appeared to their senses. We will never know what God had in store for them had they stayed the course and lived west of the Jordan with their kinsmen. And we will never know what impact their presence west of the Jordan would have had upon their fellow Israelites. Today's reading reminds us that our journey with God is a dynamic, living relationship, an adventure that offers many roads, many choices, and many outcomes. Within God's economy, within your relationship with Him, He allows great freedom. He allows you the freedom to obey or disobey. He gives you wide latitude in many of your decisions. He gives you the freedom to create, and the freedom to try new things, and also the freedom to compromise, and the freedom to fail. These decisions may or may not impact your security as a believer, but they will impact the footprint you leave behind and the impact you have upon other people, and specifically upon those closest to you. You can pursue God for all He has in store for you, or you can settle for what's convenient and what's comfortable. What you do with your freedom determines your destiny and the destiny of those closest to you. Here's today's application. Can you think of an area in your life in which you are settling? Is there a higher, bolder, more impactful role that God is calling you to take? Are you in need of endurance to finish what God is asking of you? Be strong, be bold, be courageous. Reach out and believe Him for all that He has for you. Now here's today's prayer.